Stung 4 times in as many months, today's interest rate hike of 0.5% means hundreds of dollars more in home loan repayments. With the Reserve Bank predicted to raise rates even further, what are your options if you're in danger of defaulting on your mortgage?
I keep getting new mail that says your repayments are now this and your repayments are now this.
Like many, Tash Alabakov is feeling the weight of crushing interest rates.
There's nothing like I can do from an employment standpoint except get another job for weekends if I want to just make a little bit more money.
She's excited her first home is close to being finished, but she's bracing for what's to come.
I'm not at the stage where I have to do my full repayments yet. I'm paying just interest only while my build is being completed.
Today's interest rate rise of 0.5% has Tash and millions of other homeowners wondering what their options are.
A lot of my wage is going to go towards my repayments, and that's kind of before any bills. On top of that, water rates, phone bills, food, petrol.
Tash works at a Melbourne community centre and sees firsthand how many are being pushed to the brink.
For our food bank program, we went from having about 40 people attending to now about 80 people attending every day asking for food parcels.
It's a bit hard to survive now. It's very stressful. I talk to my husband every day about this.
2 young kids, yeah, I've got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. Their fees are just going up as well. So how are we supposed to live? Petrol prices, everything.
The cost of everyday items is already soaring, and to give you a sense of just how much extra you'll be paying on your mortgage, for someone with a $500,000 loan, it'll equate to around 94 cups of takeaway coffee every month. According to our exclusive data, out of more than 9.5 million households, 45% of homeowners are under mortgage stress.
If households are underwater, in other words, if they're spending more than they're earning, then we categorise them as in a stressed state.
The most mortgage-stressed postcode in the country, Chipping Norton, New South Wales. It's followed by Tapping, Western Australia, Narre South in Victoria. In Queensland, Toowoomba tops the list, South Australia, Paralowie in Tasmania, Riverside, Amaroo in the nation's capital, and Stewart in the NT.
If you go back a couple of decades, we had around 10 or 15% of households in mortgage stress. Before the global financial crisis, we got to about 32% of households, but then it accelerated through COVID. And now we've hit a really remarkably high level.
Martin North of Digital Finance Analytics crunched the numbers for A Current Affair.
First-time buyers are actually the highest proportion of households in mortgage stress at the moment. And that's because they've got the biggest mortgages and they've got the least buffers.
So how high could our rates go?
Well, as a result of today's hike, someone with a $500,000 loan will see their monthly repayments rise by $140 extra. But we've seen 3 hikes before this. In total, that same person could see their repayments rise by around $472.
Sally Tyndall at Rate City.
Check what your bank is going to be offering new customers for the exact same loan. If it is different, pick up the phone and ask your bank why.
Experts say if you've defaulted or you're in danger of doing so, there are options.
Breathe and do a simple budget to ensure that you can allocate all your essential expenses. And once you've done that, speak to your creditors and ask for assistance such as repayment holidays.
Financial counsellor Shungu Patiska from the National Debt Helpline.
Many community services are funded to provide supermarket and petrol vouchers. Sadly, the funding for those services hasn't necessarily been there to match the demand.
This is so hard for me. Imagine if you were unemployed. Imagine if you had 4+ kids, or even just single parent with 1 kid. I don't know how they do it or how they're going to do it. Yeah.